Back on campus here at Westbrook Christian School with Coach Smith. And Coach, last week you guys got to go play a very formidable opponent in a jamboree game, against Hoax Bluff, and got a good look. Some of your guys got to compete and got to hit somebody, a very physical team right off the bat. Just take us back to last Friday night and how it all transpired.
Well, Coach Rob and I kind of the same school of thought. You want to have something like that. In our case, in particular, we're having a region game this coming week against Glencoe. We needed something that we could evaluate our guys on. It was good for us to get to go against somebody other than ourselves. Get to this point in your fall camp, people are tired of hitting on each other. Hoax Bluff, obviously, great program. Coach Rob, the job he's done there and the time he's been there. We both kind of want the same things out of it. So we played, our older guys played a half, and then we played younger guys a half. And I thought we got some good work in. It's kind of both teams had some sustained drives. So I think we had 3 possessions of offense and 2 on defense in the first half. But overall, I thought it was some good work for us, and I hope that our guys got from it what we wanted them to get from it. As coaching staff, we were pretty pleased. Obviously, we left some plays out there that we need to make, and I think you probably get the same thing from the Hoax Bluff side. But it was good to get out there and get under the lights and both sets of fans there, and the atmosphere for high school football was really a cool thing.
Coach, 9-team region, it's like you said, you have to work the kinks out. You got to see what you got. But how difficult is it to navigate through a 9-week gauntlet of a region? It's not like you can't slip up or nothing. So, and you want to keep everybody healthy, and who do I schedule to make this happen? But that's good that y'all had to agree. But how difficult is it to navigate through a 9-week region play?
I think the part that most people think, well, you just got 8 region games, which is true. It's 8 region games instead of 7. The problem is with scheduling, with it being an odd number, somebody's off every week. So going into the schedule, you don't know which 9 weeks you're going to play. Everybody's going to play a region game week 1 and week 10, which is different than the teams that are in conventional 8-team regions. But then we had to draw out of a hat what our other bye week would be, and everybody in the 9-team region is off week 5. So we had to draw out of a hat. We drew out week 7. So that's why we had a team from Tennessee on our schedule last year, and that's why we're going to Trine over in Georgia this year, trying to find somebody that was off week 7. Most of the teams in the state of Alabama are not off week 7. There's one team in our region, I don't even know who it is this year, that's off this week. So they didn't really have a problem finding another game because everybody in the state pretty much is open week 1. And then whoever drew week 10 out of the hat, I don't know who that is either, but their situation's a little bit easier because they had some people that they could choose to play. Us being week 7 off, not wanting a bye week and wanting to play a jamboree week 0, we were just very fortunate that we found somebody to match up with in Hoax Bluff that wanted to do a similar thing, a week 0 jamboree and then 10 straight weeks. And we were able to find somebody, had to go out of state to find somebody in those oddball weeks. It's just not as easy as saying you're just going to schedule school X down the road or school X over in this other county because nobody around here was off week 7.
Yeah.
So, just one of those things, but we were able to find those games, and hopefully when the reclassifications come out next year, maybe we'll be in an 8-team region and we'll be off 1, 5, and 10 like everybody else, and we won't have problems, finding those games. But region game right out the gate against Glencoe, a team that did play week 0 last week and got a win in Coach Blanchard's debut. I watching that film and just knowing the enthusiasm, excitement that he's created over there around that program. It's going to be a heck of a battle here. Our place opened up with Glencoe. I think I told you last week, I don't know that we necessarily have a traditional rival here at Westbrook. Glencoe might be as close to a traditional rival as we have as far as, playing them, over the past few years. So, I'm just looking forward to that opportunity and that atmosphere. I think we'll have a huge crowd here from both sides. It's supposed to be beautiful weather. Temperatures this week's dropping down into the 50s at nighttime, so it's going to be great football weather and great atmosphere. I'm just looking forward to it.
Coach, you got Southside, Hoax Bluff plays Thursday, Etowah's off, so I think a lot of those guys will kind of migrate over and watch that game. But how awesome is that to be able to host this? And as you said, it's a very meaningful game, and to have that right here on campus at Westbrook.
I think it'd be huge. Our school has really gotten behind us and got behind the football season and a lot of things that we're doing, with our video board, the band that's going to be marching on the field this year, and the bleachers playing. Just a lot more of a football environment than I can ever remember here at Westbrook, and a lot of excitement, a lot of people that are pitching in, helping out, and got good numbers on our varsity team, our middle school team, our youth league team. Just a little bit of buzz about football going on here that's kind of exciting.
When you look across the field on Friday, and you're going to see two guys that meant a lot to your program at Piedmont coming up, and Bailey and Silas, and when you see guys like that coming up in the ranks, you got to feel proud for them. And I know you're close to these guys off the field, but how awesome is that to see that next wave of guys coming up, and they're in the coaching ranks?
Well, it's really cool, and they actually got 4. Dylan Terry.
That's right. That is right.
He was one of our guys, and he hired Austin Bishop this year to work with his offensive line, and Austin was one of our guys there, at Piedmont. So 4 guys on that staff that I actually was their coach, and 4 guys that I got a tremendous amount of respect for, love for those guys. I want them to succeed. I want them to do well, and it's like Bailey and I talk, I'm going to be helping him out any way that I can all throughout his career, because he's kind of like an adopted son to me. But for this particular week, it's all about business. Our job is to win the game. His job and his staff's job is to win the game. So, I'll be glad to kind of get it over with, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I want them to do good. I just don't want them to do good this Friday.
The 1 week a year, you can't pull for. Right. A couple more questions, Coach. We'll get you out of here because I know you got practice coming up. When you turn the film on and you got to evaluate your guys, what do you think you got to get done between now and Friday to have this guys ready for region play?
Well, I just think, we got to do a better job of tackling. I don't know any coach that's really proud of how they tackle the first of the year. We missed a lot of tackles the other night, things that we need to do better there. Our effort was great. The challenge for them is to sustain that type of effort week in and week out. We try to monitor everything that they do, the efforts that they're giving at practice, in the games. I know a lot of that I don't know, the analytical part of it that a lot of people are going to. We've got the vest and we measure all that stuff, and we measure acceleration and all that. And Coach Phillips does a really good job for us as far as breaking that down and helping us old school coaches to actually understand what we're getting. But, the one thing it has done with our team is put the evidence in front of them on how they're performing at practice versus how they're performing in games. And, if you can perform at this level of your max velocity during a game, but you're not doing it at that same level in practice, then, hey, you're not giving us everything you got to practice. And so that has been a transformational type thing for us this year, is being able to hold our kids to a standard. And so this is where we're expecting you to be at. It's easy when your kids, I know, to kind of give 3/4 effort at practice. A scout team guy might not be giving great effort, and you kind of play to that level. And, we're just trying to challenge all of our guys to be the best they can be. And, hey, if you're on the scout team and you need to be on the varsity and you need to be playing, prove it to us. Show us that we're wrong, and everything that you got is numerically based there. You can see it. I'm just excited about where we're at, but the challenge for us is to go out and do that every day. We got to do that today on a Wednesday practice before we play Glencoe on Friday night. We need to have great effort today. If we don't have great effort today across the board, then we're not pushing our guys the right direction.
It definitely makes sense. Man, who would ever thought it'd get to this Star Trek type? Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, it just keeps getting more and more each and every year.
And listen, I thought it. Coach Phillips has been wanting to do this ever since I got here. And, I told him, I said, the first thing I'm concerned about, I don't have to have chips in the back of a vest to tell me whether or not we're stronger.
Yeah.
I said, we got to get stronger. And he's done a great job there. Our kids have bought into that. Our assistant coaches in there pushing them. We're working out right now. We got probably 6 or 7 assistant coaches in there helping Coach Phillips with that program. And then, we said, we get the vest, we get the speed training. It took us a while to get to the point where he wanted to get to. I said, we got to take some baby steps first. We got to get stronger in the weight room. We got to get all the kids in weights first. And, grateful to Miss Neal and administration that they got all our guys in weight training. All our girl athletes are in weight training every day. That was the first thing we had to do. Then we have to be able to push them throughout the year, throughout the summer, to make sure that we're getting the most out of them when we are training them. We're getting that. Now we got a nutrition program, going on. We got parents coming in preparing meals after practice and feeding the kids, and we're sending them home with supplements with core power and snack mix and beef sticks and all this type of stuff that we're doing for extra protein before or after practice. We got all the things in place. We got the ingredients in place. Now it's just a matter of going out and getting the results on the field. So I feel like in year 3 that we've been able to accomplish some things and get it going in the right direction. But, it still comes down to going out there and blocking and tackling. And that's what old school people such as myself, although we don't want to hear all the analytical stuff sometimes, You show me the physical team. You show me the team that'll play to the echo of the whistle. You show me the team that's trying to impose their will, and typically that'll be the team that wins. And
Yep.
that's, you can get all analytical and all that you want to, which is a great thing for young people because it's a driving force, it's motivation, and all that. End of the day, you still got to go out there and hit them harder and more often than they hit you.
That's right. And it's sweat equity that is what brings it all together.
It is.
Before we shut it down, Coach, just final thoughts, could be anything about the program in general heading into this important week.
We're just excited, man. I think the level of enthusiasm and excitement around football at this place is something that's not been seen since I've been here. Now, I don't know, I can't speak for any times beforehand, but just the overall level of excitement from the people in the front office to the kids in the hallways to the parents of kids at other sports, just all the positive momentum that we seem to be building for football here at Westbrook has been really encouraging. And our kids feed off that, and I hope that our people understand that we're one big team, whether it's parents coming and cooking a meal tonight, whether it's people that are helping us with supplemental stuff for after practice, for protein drinks, if it's people that are coming and carrying the chains on Friday night or Monday night, people working in the press box, taking up money, the teachers, the faculty, everybody in a small town has a role with the football program, and everybody contributes to the football program some way or another, and I don't never want to take that for granted. I never want anyone to feel like that their work is underappreciated. I respect and appreciate everybody's work here, and I'm just excited for the season, just to see what's going to happen, and let our guys go out there on Friday night, try to coach them up Monday through Thursday, and let them go out there on Friday night and have fun, represent Westbrook.
It takes a village nowadays, don't it, Coach?
It does.
But not one man can do it. It takes a full-blown village.
No longer the two-man coaching staff, and everybody just show up after the 4th of July and let's get ready for football. I mean, it's a year-round commitment, the weight room, the nutritional part, the speed training, and if you don't have 6 or 7 varsity coaches, it's mighty difficult to get out there and give the kids the instructions that they need. And the days of 2-a-days every day before school starts, that's out the window. The days of going out and practicing for 3 and 4 hours and just beating them to high heavens Monday through Wednesday and then doing it again on Thursday if Monday through Wednesday wasn't good enough. I mean, we all remember stuff like that.
Yeah.
We found, and I've learned over 31 years, it's not necessarily the best way to get them ready for a long season.
The Junction Boys, Coach.
Junction Boys. Junction Boys, you'll be having an interview with me in prison if you're Junction Boys. You come see me every Sunday afternoon or something.
You'll be behind the glass.
I'll be behind the glass. You have to get some microphone somehow or another, get that to me on a Sunday afternoon.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you sitting in. Good luck to you guys moving forward, and God willing, we'll be back here with another episode next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.